Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome to What Up Wednesday edition of the show. CertaPro Painters, Oklahoma City presents Montez at midday, and I'm your host, Montez. How's everyone doing today? Light it up for the folk, with the people, by the people, for the people. We're raising the roof up in here. Raise that roof a little bit, huh? My favorite time of the year. We got day baseball today. Day baseball. Dave Baseball. We got our newest addition to the show, Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker. And I got Lil Willie with me today. Lil Willie in the building. Lil Willie is in the building. Lil Willie is joining us today. So we got Jordan, Lil Willie, and Dre Montez today on the show. How's everyone doing today? Hello, TikTok. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Hello, X. And hello, YouTube. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the website, www.dremontez.com. Lots to get into, lots to talk about, lots to figure out, but most importantly, let's not forget to appreciate the details of the day, good people. Let's not forget to do that. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in your job, or maybe you're having a sobriety. Maybe you're celebrating being sober. So congratulations right there. And if you're off work today, hey, and if you're at a ball game and you're off work today, I'm already proud of you. Right there. I'm already proud of you. Something to grab here. There we go. There we go. Something to grab right there. Good thing I'm in shape right there. So there we are. It's Wednesday in Hello America. Let's get through our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. I'm telling you, laughter is very therapeutic. It's up there with hugging yourself, huh? You gotta get that in there. There you go. You gotta hug yourself every now and then. It makes it feel what? So good. All right, folks. We're here at Studio 70 here in South City, St. Louis, Missouri, and we're feeling good on this, what I like to call What Up Wednesday. I tell you what, there are certain towns, certain sports teams, certain fan bases I appreciate, and there are others that just get on my fucking nerves. But the ones that really appreciate the fact that they're in the postseason, it's been a long time. They want to show you their fandom. That's what I'm like seeing. And the New York Yankees and the New York Knicks, their fans, I'm telling you right now, the videos they've been making, Soto just trying to do his job. He just wants to do his job. The Knicks basketball fans, hey, you deserve it. It's up there with Detroit Lions last year. You deserve it when you make it that far. The jokes, the memes, the ridicule, the sayings, the finger pointing. You get tired of that shit. So when it comes to your celebratory moment, enjoy it. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing on television. I don't have a dog in this fight in the NBA. I'm a Laker fan. There's no way in the fuck we're coming back out of this shithole at all. Me yelling at the Lakers, that's another discussion for another time. But for right now, I'm appreciating what I'm seeing right now early on from the New York Yankees fan base and the New York Knicks fan base. I am loving what I'm seeing. Keep it up, guys, and good luck to both franchises. You know, it's been a while since the Yankee fans base has felt this good. And I think it's good for baseball. It's good for baseball when teams that common household name we're used to saying and hearing in a positive way and in the postseason, you know, we may hate the team and the fan base for what they did a long time ago, but moving forward, we kind of want to see that old familiar face again. We've forgiven you. Get on back in here. Don't it feel good? But I'm loving what I'm seeing right there from that standpoint and point of view. I have to keep notes and write things down because I know me. I know how I get for sure. I have one more thing to talk about before we get into the show today. How do you put your socks and shoes on? How do you do that? Do you put a sock on and a shoe, another sock on and a shoe, or do you put sock, sock, shoe, shoe? How do you put your socks on? I had no idea this was a big ordeal. I had not a clue that this was a big ordeal, that people were making a big deal out of how people put their socks on. And for, I think the past 20 years, I don't think women wear matching socks at all. So I put a sock on at a time. But I'm to the point right now at 53. I'm pretty much ready to go like Charlie Sheen full time. Long shorts and sandals full time. I'm about there. I'm about to go Uncle Jesse on Dukes of Hazzard overalls full time. I'm about to go there. Yeah. I don't like the clothing options casually for the over 50 male. I don't like it. No. I don't like it. So I think it's up to us now to create your own style. Thank you, young people. But that's the question of the day. The question of the day brought to you by our newest sponsor, STL Golf Cart Shuttle. STL Golf Cart Shuttle, our newest sponsor at 314-270-2407. Transportation, all downtown events, corporate, private events, sporting events, whatever it may be, give them a call today at 314-270-2407. So that right there was the question of the day. How do you put your socks on and shoes? One sock at a time, or sock, shoe, or sock, shoe. I like the sock, shoe. That's all right, my dear. Those are things we're talking about today on the show here with Montez at midday. We're going to keep it moving forward and right along. Since it is Wednesday, and it's way back Wednesday. When you were dating young back in the day, I think since COVID, I've gotten used to binge watching shows. Now I'm binge watching shows I never had the opportunity to play due to the fact I was playing competitive softball or I was working. So now I'm watching the show Everybody Loves Raymond. I'm in season 2 right now. I finished NYPD Blue a couple of weeks ago. But now I'm in Everybody Loves Raymond. Never saw a complete 2 seasons before. I always saw snippets. But in watching this show, there was an episode where premarital sex was the issue in question. And I guess Ray's mom didn't like Deborah, didn't think as highly as Deborah because they had premarital sex. And Robert's girlfriend, Amy, was a virgin. And it became, why are you so critical to these women? And then Frank said, well, Marie, you had sex because you had Robert. Robert was born 7 months after they got married. She was already pregnant with Robert. Yeah, she was already pregnant with Robert. So it became a banner of who really told their parents when you were dating, let's say in high school, let's say 7th grade. Now, you some bitches were fast. We're going to go 8th grade through high school. Did it ever come up if the person you were dating in high school, if they were a virgin or not? I mean, the common question of young dating is where they live at, who are their parents, how do you know this person? Those are the common questions when you're dating young. But I don't ever recall sharing in conversation with my parents about someone I was dating if they were a virgin or not. But it was interesting seeing that in the episode and how Ray's mom was treating Deborah, Ray's wife, as opposed to treating Robert's girlfriend, Amy, because Amy was a virgin on the show. Yeah, I can't believe some of the episodes I've seen already. I'm in 2nd season right now of Everybody Loves Raymond. I can't believe, oh, by the way, Robert never knew he didn't find out his real birthday until that episode. His real birthday. He never knew it. So that's my other question. Were you ever lied to and you found out years later that wasn't your real birthday? Your parents lied to you when you were born? Like in the movie Almost Famous, the story of Cameron Crowe. It seems it's happened a lot in the 50s, 60s, and early 70s where people were lied to about when they were born, when their birthday is. I mean, and as you get older, you may find out you're a couple of years younger, a couple of years older. Would you be pissed? And if it did happen to you, are you pissed? It is Wednesday, folks. We're talking about some weird things, of course, but me watching the show, Everybody Loves Raymond right now, they had an episode where sex came up in a question to your parents. And I just don't recall that in the Dre household as a little one for sure. All righty. Let's get on into the show, good people. Here we are. First topic of discussion. And it brings me up here with the Cardinals right now due to the fact what's going on. We're not playing Cardinal baseball. We're not winning. We're doing things that are uncommon as a Cardinal baseball team. And I got this from watching a lot of sports documentaries and paying attention to a lot of athletes that have won at a high level and lost at a high level. I'm not saying you didn't perform well, just the concept of winning and losing. There's the why in winning versus losing, the why factor to me. When you talk to athletes or people that are experienced in winning something, you don't have to always just use it as sports, but that's what I'm known. I'm going to use that metaphor, sports. When you win at a high level in sports and you get questioned, why'd you guys win? It's usually a team effort. It's not an individual performance. It's a team effort. Now, let's switch that concept around on the losing concept. Typically, from the movies I've seen and from the athletes that have lost at a very high level, this is what they say. They had a better team than we had, and we didn't have certain people prepared at that moment. That's the difference in the why in winning and the losing in winning. So why, when that losing triggers, why doesn't it affect the whole team the way the whole winning concept does? Look at teams that have lost in sports, and you hear about what they did immediately after they lost. Immediately after they lost, what did they do? Now talk to players, what did they do immediately after they won something? You'd be amazed at how many went right to work. Some relaxed. Some went away. Some blacked out everything. Talking blackout curtains, deep tank, whole nine. I think it's all on the perception and the whole concept before you get to that point of winning versus losing and trying to figure out the question of the why factor. We face the why factor in anything. And the why factor really pissed us off in the early stages of math, arithmetic, those days. But as you get older, the why factor comes in so many different shape, forms, and fashion. But when you can experience the highs and the lows of the why, and you can sit back and figure it out, then you get it. That's why I think we're at with this baseball team. We're on the why factor, why things are not working. Have we really looked at the big picture? Do we have the people in the right place? Let's take this in video game fashion for a second. Remember back in the day in video games, you tried to put a player, let's say you move a center fielder to catcher. Did the chances of the catcher making error go high or low? When you put the catcher in center field and the center fielder at the catcher position, did it work well? Now, if you get a player and you switch them out, we're going to stick with the video games here, and you see that UT by it, meaning utility player for those scoring at home, meaning you can put that player anywhere. I think at sometimes we're forcing this on players that are not utility players, But just because I play on the left side of the diamond don't mean I can always play on the left side. I mean, I can go to the right side. Don't mean it's that way. That's a lot of pressure to put on someone that doesn't typically play second base. Their strong set is third base. So now you want me to play second base. So now you're messing with the mindset, the mental capacity right now. I think that's the bigger picture with the Cardinals. Do we have the pieces of the puzzle in the right place? I'm not saying it shouldn't fit, but we all know that child that had that game when you got to put the puzzles in the right piece. We all know a kid that tried to put the triangle in the circle with the hammer. I think that's what we're doing. We have the wrong pieces in the wrong spot. If we take back, maybe watch a little game film, because there's something wrong with Goldie's swing right now. A little hesitation, got that stutter step going on. You don't believe me? Pause it. Bring that back. It's right there for us to see. I think that's what we should pay attention to with the Cardinals. The easiest thing to say is to say, oh, he don't know what he's doing. He needs to go. We need a real baseball manager. He's fucking this team up. Make up your mind now. On paper, this team is coachable and winnable and has the capabilities of winning the division. But considering where it's all at right now, how can we soul train this shit, American bandstand this shit, move the pieces of the puzzle to get a complete sentence out of here to make it say 12 and 24? I think that's what the people want. They want 12 and 24. At least I do. I want 12 and 24. There's nothing wrong with it, but it can be done. I can't give up this early on a team. I can't. That's the easy way to do it. I'm not going to the games. I'm not watching the Cardinals. Bullshit. I'm not going to lie like that. It's like the millions of people that lied about the NFL. I'm never watching the NFL again. What are you going to do? I can't stand football. I'm never going to watch it again. What are you going to do on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday? I'm not lying like that. To fire somebody, that's the easiest thing to do. To work through the shit is a beautiful thing. Message for all the people out there in relationship issues. Work through that shit. You can get through this shit. It's easy. Work through it. Work through it. All right, Facebook. How we doing? Good folk, good people. Hello, X. Hello, YouTube. And what up, TikTok? TikToking in the building. Got the tickers and the talking, the tickers and the talkings. All right, moving right along. Our next topic of discussion. I want to talk to the parents for a second. It's that time of year right now. Prom season. It's that time of year again. Prom season. Prom season. A lot of parents didn't go to prom. A lot of parents' school didn't have a prom. And a lot of people did go to prom. Didn't go the way they wanted to, but they went to prom. Fast forward, you have kids now. You have a child. It's about to go to prom. And your child probably has a much better educational experience than you had. You know, schools have changed. Much better appreciation for the fact they're in school. And prom is totally different than when you were in school. Excuse me. So prom is looked at totally different today than when we went prom. The big ordeal was a tuxedo situation for the fellas. It was very affordable. If you had a job in high school, you could afford to get yourself a tuxedo. You didn't need your parents' help. If you had a job in high school, you could actually afford your own tuxedo. Transportation to the prom, you either rode with your boy in his whip, or your old lady had a whip and she let you drive. Or in most cases not, you parlay up and get a limo together. That was the thing right there. That was the thing. I don't know much about the women's side of things as far as prom dresses, but let me tell you now. These prom dresses now, I don't know how they leave in the house. Here's what I think is happening. None of these kids in a two-parent home right now. I think. The statistics show it. The data shows it. I'm thinking someone is saying this. My mom won't let me get the dress I want. Can I get this dress, Daddy? Go on, baby. Get what you want. Or I bought you this dress and you're going to wear it. Where you get that dress from? My mama bought it. And she said, I got to wear it. Have you seen some of these dresses? Have y'all had the talk about, have you seen some of these prom dresses? But here's the other part of the prom that we need to pay attention to. Don't know if it was mistaken identity or not. It's always an athlete. It's always an up and rising star when tragedy strikes during prom season. You want to go to prom looking good, looking nice. And parents today, especially ones that in the corporate world, former athletes, things like that, they got a little change. The kids don't really know that much about them, but they have some idea. We may have a little more paper than anybody else. Or you may manage your money differently. Either way, you let your kid drive your car. And the car your kid is driving is not the typical car a high schooler should be driving. And someone sees your kid driving this car. Now we got a problem. They say it was not an attempted carjacking, maybe mistaken identity, but just to pull up on someone driving a very fancy car, going to prom, 17-year-old kid. So I know we want to give our kids things that we didn't have, but now we can provide that for our child. If you're driving a very expensive car and you want your child to drive that car for prom, please, please, please be careful. Please be careful. I just wanted to share that, guys, with that story with you. You've probably been seeing it translating throughout social media and news outlets, but it happened last weekend outside of Atlanta, Georgia. If you're just tuning in, it's your boy, Dre Montez. This is CertaPro Painters. Oklahoma City presents Montez at Midday. We're going to take a short break here and come back with more Montez at Midday. A word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Get your scrub on, everyone. Get your scrub on. Everybody want to feel good. Get the manly hands going. Get the hands going. All right, folks, be right back.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
All right, good people. Welcome back to CertaPro Painters. Oklahoma City presents Montez at Midday. I'm your boy, Dre Montez. That's what I like to call way back Wednesday edition of the show. I posed a question on how do you put your socks on and shoes? Do you go sock, shoe, or sock, shoe? And that is the question of the day, brought to you by STL Golf Cart Shuttle, 314-270-2407. Taking care of your transportation needs for sure. All righty, good people. I'm curious, though, how, they always say people that put, mayonnaise on their fries, there's something wrong with them. Hey, who made you judge, jury, and execution on how I eat my food? Now you're gonna categorize me that way. Unfair, and how? That's my new thing I'm doing now. Instead of saying word up, oh, I feel you. Okay. I'm saying and how. And you got to do that head back. And how. You got to get in there. You got to make them feel it. But moving right along. The older I get, finding out things that has a simpler, finding out things now that when I was younger, I thought that was the way to do it. And now I'm finding out that was the wrong way to do it. And it has been killing me since this trend has started. And I'm talking about Major League Baseball fundamentals. I fell in love with the game of baseball at the age of 7. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Grandma Mildred. Thank you. But I fell in love with that game. It is the most romantic sport there could possibly be. Baseball is so romantic. I can talk about it all day, but we're not going to do that right now. I'm going to talk about the fundamentals. I'm talking about the way you ground the ball, field a ground ball. All that shit they tell you about putting your knee down, keeping the ball in front of you, not true. All right, now we're going to talk about base running. This is the one that really pisses me off. I just saw the video and saw everything, so it's true. Base running. We were taught to touch first base if you're going to second with what foot? What foot are you supposed to touch first base with going to second? Yeah. Okay. Now, looking down the run and stutter stepping and running and lunging to touch the base to ensure you're using the correct foot is not the way to run bases. Okay. In the video, he runs the bases with the stutter step. He runs the bases looking down and then lunging. He's continuing to run the bases, not just running first. So first, second, third, home. But this is what it got me right here. Running the bases the correct way. With your right foot, push up. You push up. Hit second, third, you go. This joker said, that's not how you run bases. You run your bases in stride. That's correct. It doesn't matter if you use your left or right foot when you're running bases if you're in stride. When you hit second, you do the NASCAR turn. And then you pick up momentum as you're heading toward third. I don't know if they're teaching this in Little League Baseball or a select ball, but I am blown away. But this is the other one that got me. You know how you're supposed to line your knuckles up? Your feet are shoulder widths apart. You line up your foot with the plate, the front of the plate, the corner of the plate compared to the back corner of the plate facing the catcher. If I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. I am so pissed off about this information I found out. Like, I want to go back to my childhood and just in coach clinics, you raise your hand and ask questions. Yes. Anyway, you line up your knuckles. Shoulder up. Keep that back shoulder up. Keep them feet apart. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Now, this is the most important part. The front. I played baseball until I was 30 years old. I feel like I know what was in the vault of Al Capone now. I know what's in the suitcase of Quentin's movie Pulp Fiction after seeing this information about base running, fielding the ball, and hitting. It is completely wrong. And also, here's another one. You know how your coaches tell you to swing for the top of the ball? Wrong. That's going to cause you to do what? Hit ground balls. They don't want you in the major leagues to hit ground balls. I am just blown away. It's like the day I found out the big wheel cost $14.99 back in 1978. I can't believe I had to do all that for $15. The struggle is real. Did you know a big wheel back in 1970 cost $14.99? Man, when I saw that ad, I called my mom and dad. Hey, hold up. Hold up now. Hold up. Time out. I said, Mom, Dad, can I get a big wheel? I saw the ad through Facebook retrospect, whatever, a old ad in the paper. It was $14.99. Man, Look here. Hey, let's give a shout out to Reggie Bush. Get my shit back. My shit back. Give me my shit back. Huh? I think it's pretty ironic and pretty cool the fact he gets his Heisman Trophy reinstated back to him on the eve of the NFL draft. Because there's a message here, kids. I don't want to get all into it of the allegations about Reggie Bush and his family about everything that happened in his days at USC. So I'm going to just get to the cliff notes. I'm going to break it down from my perspective. Here's the message to any kid and parents that are going forward and you're in the process of getting an agent. Make sure you're not being scammed. Make sure you're not being blackballed. Make sure you're not being bullied. Make sure you know what you're doing as your child is getting prepared to get in that conversation, that light of possibly turning pro. Do your homework as well. Don't get duped by the talk, the verbiage, and the lingo. Not everybody has your child's best interest when there's money on the table. I'm going to say it one more time. Not everybody has your child's best interest at heart when money is on the line. This is millions of dollars on the line. So people are going to try to do things out of character, out of content, to get their hands on your child's money, name, image, or likeness. So be aware. If you don't know the Reggie Bush story about the allegations of what happened, because everybody is trying to get on their come up too. When you turn pro, there's somebody with you trying to turn pro as well. You got to keep your head on what, kids? The swivel. Or you will be on another 30 for 30. And it's going to tell us what happened to my money. You got to do your homework too. You can't blame the teacher on every damn thing. Sometimes you got to be the student too at home to them. Teach them kids the right way. But congratulations to Reggie Bush for sure. All right. We covered everything I did today. All right. We talked about dating young, telling your parents not if that person's a virgin. Is that a good thing or not? I saw that on Everybody Loves Raymond. We talked about the why in winning versus losing in retrospect to the St. Louis Cardinals. And we talked about prom season. I give out a little verbiage out there. Just be careful. Have that talk with those kids. And the question of the day brought to you by STL Golf Cart Shuttle. How do you put your socks and shoes on? You go sock, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe. One of the words right there. And we talked about Major League Baseball fundamentals. Somebody lied to us in the 70s on the fundamentals of grounding, fielding, base running, and hitting. Somebody lied to me. Maybe it was This Week in Baseball Twip Notes. Hi, I'm Mel Allen, and I'm Johnny Bench, host of the Baseball Bunch. And we talked about Reggie Bush. Congratulations. And also we gave a special shout out to the New York Knicks fan base and also the New York Yankee fan base. We have Cardinal baseball, afternoon baseball going on right now down at. So we're going to say goodbye. You guys have an amazing day. And don't forget to check out the latest episode of our podcast, Who's to Blame? The podcast. Available wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. But check out Spotify or go to www.dremontez.com. And Lil Willie wants to say goodbye to Lil Willie. Because almost what time? Lunchtime. Quitting time, boss. All right, Lil Willie say he out too. Lil Willie and Dre out. Until next time, we'll holler at you. We'll see you. And if you're out on the patio watching day baseball, Cardinal baseball, pat yourself on the back. Whether you're at Tower Pub in South City on Morgan Ford, Friendly's in South City, best fried chicken on the planet, 3503 Roger Place on their patio. Both patios are pet friendly and kid approved. Down in the Soulard. Are you down in Soulard? Come to Soulard again. Be a Soulard again. The good people down at the greatest breakfast spot ever, Hammerstones. Nice patio as well. nice patio as well. And the wood shack, shack it on up. Interesting patio. Pet friendly as well. And the people on the Bell side, meaning Bell Vegas over at Margarita's Tavern on Main, and also holler at the folks at the office. All have amazing patios. Good people. All right, folks, we're going to get out of here. Let you guys enjoy the rest of your typical Wednesday work day. If you are working. Some of you are not working. Those of you know who you are. But until then, thanks again for tuning into the show. Until next time, peace. And we're out of here, good people. So thanks again for listening to the show. As they say in the hood, I'll holler at you later. Peace.